Harper Audio presents The Bachelor by Tilly Bagshawe. Read by Scarlett Mack. Prologue. Henry Saxton-Brae was admiring his business partner's considerable assets. "Harder!" she commanded. "I'm almost there." Her eyes were closed and her breathing ragged. Her pretty elfin face was twisted into an expression of intense concentration as she willed herself to orgasm. Henry felt a moment's intense loathing, first for George and then for himself. Then he closed his own eyes and erupted inside her, his fingers digging painfully into the small of her back as they both came. "Naughty?" Georgina chided him, turning to rub the bruises already forming above her buttocks as she dismounted, with an insufferably smug look on her face. Every time they did this, George had won and Henry had lost. She delighted in the power she had over him, her ability to goad him into sex, even though she knew deep down he despised her. "Robert's bound to notice. What am I going to tell him?" "I'm sure you'll think of something," Henry muttered, bitterly, pulling up his jeans. "Lying's never exactly been a problem for you." "Or you, darling," George shot back. They were lying on the floor of gigtix.com's London offices, the internet box office company that Henry Saxton-Brae and Georgina Saville had founded together 3 years ago. It had made both of them fabulously wealthy, but it had also bound them together in what was becoming an increasingly toxic relationship. George's recently acquired husband, Robert, a barrister of quite earth-shattering banality, was far too unimaginative ever to suspect anything might be going on behind his back. But Eva, Henry's girlfriend, was beginning to get suspicious. Not girlfriend, Henry reminded himself guiltily. Fiancée. Why had he given in to George again? Why? What compulsion kept driving him to cheat on the woman he loved, and who was 1,000 times more beautiful than malicious, manipulative, spiteful George Saville, or any of his other meaningless flings? "I'm serious," George pouted, examining her bruises more closely. "How would you like it if I sent you back to IKEA with scratches all over your back?" "Don't call her that," Henry snapped. IKEA was Georgina's nickname for Eva, because she was Swedish, and, in George's mind, disposable. Looking at his Patek Philippe watch, Henry felt his anxiety levels rise still further. "I have to go. I'm going to be late." "For what? Your curfew?" Georgina taunted, slipping a ridiculously tight pink t-shirt over her nude push-up bra. "For the village fete," said Henry, grabbing his car keys from the desk. "I'm supposed to be giving out prizes." George threw her slender neck back and laughed loudly. "I'd forgotten you're playing the country gentleman now. How priceless." "I'm not playing," said Henry. Henry had bought Hanborough Castle, the Swell Valley's most idyllically romantic estate, 6 months ago, and now lived there full-time with his bride-to-be. The whole thing was ridiculous. Taking Henry Saxton-Brae out of London was like taking a killer whale out of the ocean. Henry was a predator, not a pet. "Run along, then," George taunted. "The lord of the manor mustn't be late for the fete." Henry stormed out, slamming the office door behind him. Only once she was alone did her triumphant smile fade, and the familiar melancholy, deflated feeling take hold. Henry would
Sample complete. Ready to continue?